Today on Oregon News, the Eugene Saturday Market is back in full force for the beginning of spring.
The Trump administration's aggressive new tariffs are sending the stock market spinning as the trade war looms.
Eugene gets its country on as professional bull riding says howdy to Matthew Knight Arena.
Thousands take to the streets of Eugene to protest Trump policies and DOJ budget cuts as a part of a nationwide hands-off march.
And Oregon softball brings the power in the first ever conference matchup against the Michigan Wolverines. Good morning and welcome to the Oregon News Studio. I'm Luca DeMay.
And I'm Sofia Rodriguez-Baquero.
New federal policies, budget cuts, and layoffs are sparking reactions across the nation.
The national hands-off protest brought thousands of protesters to the Eugene City Hall. More than 1,000 protests organized by Democratic organizations took place across the nation this past Saturday. Demonstrators filled up Coburg Road, Ferry Street Bridge, and City Hall, voicing their concerns with the Trump administration. The Trans Alliance of Lane County was one of many organizations that helped set up the protest, sharing resources for community members. Elliot Harwell, a member of the Trans Alliance, spoke about how she believes the local trans community may be affected by the new administration.
I want to keep that being a safe place, not just for me, and not just for people who look like me, but for everyone. I like Oregon because living in Oregon is the closest place I found where the ideals and dreams of the American dream can exist. And I want that to keep being true.
The hands-off organizers are also planning a protest on May 1st.
Starting today, April 7th, Cahoots, the mobile crisis intervention service offered by the Whitebird Clinic, will reduce its availability in Eugene. Instead of continuing 24/7 services, Cahoots will now operate just one shift per week within Eugene city limits. The specific day and times that services will be offered has yet to be released. Cahoots services in Springfield will continue operating from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. On top of cutting hours, Whitebird Clinic has laid off more than 20 Cahoots workers. The remaining 7 Cahoots staff members will be primarily focused on calls made in Springfield. Whitebird Interim Director Amy Markwart said in a statement, "We recognize the impact these changes have on both our staff and the people who rely on Cahoots in times of crisis. This is a time for our community to come together to find sustainable funding solutions that allow essential programs like Cahoots to thrive." If you or someone you know is in need of crisis intervention, contact the Eugene Police Non-Emergency Line at 541-682-5111 or the Springfield Police Non-Emergency Line at 541-726-3714. The arrival of spring in Eugene means the return of the Eugene Saturday Market. For vendors and visitors alike, opening day is full of excitement.
This year's market brings back veteran and first-time vendors with a full season of special events ahead. Oregon News reporter Cameron Salinas takes us to the opening weekend.
Come back again soon.
The Eugene Saturday Market has returned, bringing back longtime favorites and first-time vendors. Whether it's your first year or your 10th, the energy of the market is something special.
I'm very excited. We had a nice winter market for the last couple months, but we all here look forward to this day. I grew up on farms and I lived on an apple orchard for some time, and we got into this, it was about 15 years ago, and I got quite adept at it. Interaction with the public and sales. It's a really nice experience for everybody out here.
My favorite thing about the market is probably the way that it brings community together. It really bridges that gap between rural farming and urban community. We have a lot of new farms coming out this year, which I'm very excited about. We've got special events planned throughout the season outside of our market, regular market programming.
Yeah, first year, first market. I applied for it last year and I got accepted. I mean, it's a significant investment in time, and I've been selling a few. People seem to like my stuff. I just want to be successful.
It's so lively, and there's so many different walks of life coming through here. It's great to just be able to connect with so many members of like the far reaches of Eugene and even beyond that.
Whether you're here for fresh produce, handmade crafts, or just the atmosphere, the Eugene Saturday Market is a hub of community, creativity, and commerce. With new vendors and special events all season long, there's always something fresh to discover. Cameron Salinas, Oregon News.
After the quick break, the impacts of tariffs on the stock market in order to keep national parks open, measles emergence across America, and severe weather in southern states.
The life of every child is precious beyond measure. If you care for a child with a disability and have limited income and resources, help is available. Children with a physical or mental disability or who are blind may qualify for monthly cash payments through the Supplemental Security Income Program, or SSI. The program provides help to meet basic needs for food, clothing, or a place to live, and disability-related needs. It's money that can make a meaningful difference. If you're the parent or caregiver of a child or teenager you think may be eligible, call Social Security at 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSIkids to learn how to apply today. That's ssa.gov/SSIkids. It's real help for the children. Message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
They say those who can't teach, and they're right. Those who can't ignore a child's burning curiosity about the world. Those who can't allow a single kid to quietly slip through the cracks. Those who can't let children be bullied into feeling like they're worthless. Those who can't allow the great works of literature to collect dust. Those who can't leave history in the past. Those who can't sit idly by when there's a calling to do something that's much more than a job.
More than 150 companies and organizations have added their support for teachers by becoming Teachers Can partners. Add your voice and show your support at teacherscan.org. Because those who can't give up on the future, teach.
Welcome back to Oregon News. It's been a big week for weather, health, and the market across the nation. The stock market is reeling after President Trump announced more sweeping tariffs last week. Since April 2nd, the S&P 500 has fallen over 12% due to new economic policy. April 3rd and 4th marked the two worst days for the index since March of 2020. New tariff plans will apply to almost every country that the U.S. buys from. Chinese exports will face a 34% tariff on top of previously imposed rates. Some Chinese products could cost as much as 79% more for American consumers than normal.
We will be taking in over $1 trillion over the next short period of time with the tariffs that I've already instituted. They're already in place. Now, what's going to happen with the market, I can't tell you, but I can tell you our country has gotten a lot stronger.
Wall Street has actually lost $8 trillion of market value since Trump entered office earlier this year. Over $6 trillion of that loss occurred just last week. The chief economist from J.P. Morgan says that there is a 60% chance of a U.S. recession this year if the White House follows through with these planned tariffs.
United States Secretary of the Interior Doug Burgum has ordered that national parks remain open despite staffing shortages. Recent Park Service layoffs by the Trump administration have raised questions about park maintenance and safety. Over the past couple of months, parks have seen increased wait times and trail closures, and protests have taken place in parks across the country. Burgum has been under criticism since his order was issued late Thursday, as it directs parks to remain open and accessible to the public despite the layoffs. The order also requests detailed reviews of the park's operations, including hours, trail closures, and any other limits to the public. Park advocates are critical of this order with worries about the safety of both people and parks. However, Republican representatives have expressed support for the order as it will allow more visitors into the parks. Last year, national parks across America welcomed more than 33 million visitors. And as we head into the peak season, it remains to be seen how this order will impact visitors and the long-term health of our national parks.
After a second Texas child passed away this weekend from measles, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says that the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine is the most effective way to prevent measles. Texas is one of more than 20 U.S. states that have reported the measles cases this year. The state health department reports almost 500 cases of the disease. Measles has taken the lives of 3 Texas residents. These deaths could have been avoided through more thorough vaccination against the disease. In 2000, measles was declared eliminated in the U.S. However, the safety and efficacy of the MMR vaccine was questioned, leaving less American children today vaccinated against the disease. Before taking on his role as HHS Secretary, Kennedy had previously stated that no vaccine is safe and effective. He now denies that he's an anti-vaxxer.
Over the past week, severe weather has threatened many southern and Midwestern communities. At least 18 lives have been lost across Kentucky, Arkansas, Missouri, and Tennessee due to weather-related causes. After a 16-year-old firefighter in Missouri was tragically added to the toll, the Beaufort-Leslie Fire District Chief Terry Feth said in a statement, "Tonight is a fire chief's worst nightmare. We are heartbroken by the loss of one of our own." From Texas to Ohio, cities are battling flooded roads, power outages, and ongoing evacuations. Forecasters predict the threat of rising waters to continue even after the heavy rain subside. Authorities are working to clear debris and rescue stranded residents, although several communities have been cut off due to flooding, forcing emergency services to use boats and helicopters to reach those in need. Today, the storm system threatens Florida and Georgia as it continues east. As harsh weather rampages through our southern states, impacted residents are urged to follow official warnings and stay indoors.
After the break, the forecast for our weather here in Oregon. We will see more of those sunny days, 70 degrees, or more rain on the horizon. Eliza Mazursky will let us know.
Want to get out of just about anything? Use the environment excuse.
Dear housemates, due to the environmental impact of food waste, I'm eating all your leftovers. You're welcome.
Is that my shirt and pants and shoes?
I mean, I'm literally saving the environment.
Oh, what's this about?
I'm just doing my part for the environment.
What did the sushi say to the bee? Wasabi!
Gotta love an open mic carpool.
Less cars, more jokes!
Is that Mima's punch bowl?
We use way too much plastic. Think of the planet. Who's the best princess?
The environment is the best excuse. Find an out and opt in to save the earth. Just scan this code.
The life of every child is precious beyond measure. If you care for a child with a disability and have limited income and resources, help is available. Children with a physical or mental disability or who are blind may qualify for monthly cash payments through the Supplemental Security Income Program, or SSI. The program provides help to meet basic needs for food, clothing, or a place to live, and disability-related needs. It's money that can make a meaningful difference. If you're the parent or caregiver of a child or teenager you think may be eligible, call Social Security at 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSIkids to learn how to apply today. That's ssa.gov/SSIkids. It's real help for the children. Message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Welcome back to Oregon News. I'm Eliza Mazursky with this week's weather report. So for Eugene residents, get your rain gear on and don't forget to grab your umbrellas this morning. And for university students, don't forget to leave those umbrellas at home unless you want to stand out on campus and look like you can handle the rain. But we are seeing and hearing quite a lot today with thunderstorms and rain starting around 1 p.m. and going into tomorrow night as well. So be prepared to keep your fuzzy friends and Californian friends happy and comfortable during the storm, as thunder tends to cause anxiety in animals and possibly people who are from California. And I may be speaking as a Californian. All right, then bam, we got 65 degrees the very next day. Quick turnaround. Well, not fully, with chances of showers scattered throughout the rest of the week, but in between we have some sunshine and clouds, so spring is coming our way. Over here in Corvallis, we are seeing similar showers with possible thunderstorms today into tomorrow as well, with highs around 55 degrees and lows around 44 degrees. And there is some patchy fog expected on Wednesday and Thursday, so remember to switch on your fog lights if you're on the road. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you are the problem. We know drivers in Oregon. If you're a beaver, turn them on. If you're a duck, turn them on. Doesn't matter. All right. The chances of the showers are throughout the weekend pretty intense. But in between, we do have cloudy skies and as well some sunshine to accompany it. So We cannot escape the rain, unfortunately. Over here in Roseburg, there's also getting some rain showers, and don't feel too left out because the thunderstorms may be coming your way into 11 a.m. tomorrow. 11 a.m. today into tomorrow. And on Wednesday, there is a quick bout of sunshine with highs up to 68 degrees, and there are some clouds and possible showers expected throughout the rest of the week. But don't cancel your weekend outdoor plans yet, as the sun may peek out for a little bit with highs in the 60s, and even my California self can make it happen. The Umpqua Valley Farmers Market is calling your name, and I can hear it. Up in Portland, it is a similar pattern with a 100% chance of rain. Shocking. Well, not quite. There's a lightning storm, but there will be some thunderstorms expected today as well, as it should have already begun. But our concert from the sky will have to end Tuesday night to jump to 65 degrees along with some sunshine. But of course, the sun will retreat in and out with clouds and showers expected throughout the rest of the week. Heading over into Florence residents, please be wary today if you are by the water, as there is a beach hazard in effect until 8 p.m. with caution for sneaker waves. And they're called sneaker waves for a reason, and no, it is not shoe related. For the sneakerheads who may have just tuned in, I am sorry to disappoint. But there is a chance for some thunderstorms to come to the coast with some winds and breeziness expected throughout the week. And on Wednesday, we have some cloudy skies and 60-degree highs to follow the storm, with the rest of the week looking pretty consistent with a chance of showers between rain and clouds and some much-needed sunshine throughout the weekend. If you are looking for winter activities, spring is upon us, so snow conditions are looking better earlier in the week as opposed to the weekend. So keep an eye out for snowfall and plan accordingly to avoid an icy slope, because no one likes to ride down an icy slope. Come on now. That's it from me. It would be to go to probably bed with slight chances of snow showers on Saturday. There might be a chance to get some powder. Coming up after the break, Eli Kuhn has all the Oregon sports updates for you with some recaps from the games you may have missed and with some highlights if you just want to revel in your team's victories.
They say those who can't teach, and they're right. Those who can't ignore a child's burning curiosity about the world. Those who can't allow a single kid to quietly slip through the cracks. Those who can't let children be bullied into feeling like they're worthless. Those who can't allow the great works of literature to collect dust. Those who can't leave history in the past. Those who can't sit idly by when there's a calling to do something that's much more than a job.
More than 150 companies and organizations have added their support for teachers by becoming Teachers Can Partners. Add your voice and show your support at teacherscan.org. Because those who can't give up on the future, teach.
Want to get out of just about anything? Use the environment excuse.
Dear housemates, due to the environmental impact of food waste, I'm eating all your leftovers. You're welcome.
Is that my shirt and pants and shoes?
I mean, I'm literally saving the environment.
Ooh, what's this about?
I'm just doing my part for the environment.
What did the sushi say to the bee? Wasabi!
Gotta love an open mic carpool.
Less cars, more jokes!
Is that Mima's punch bowl?
We use way too much plastic. Think of the planet. Who's the best princess?
The environment is the best excuse. Find an out and opt in to save the Earth. Just scan this code.
Welcome back to Oregon News. I'm Eli Kuhn with your weekly sports update. The 6th-ranked Oregon Ducks softball team matched up with the Michigan Wolverines this weekend at Jane Sanders Stadium. It was a doubleheader on Saturday after the Ducks started with a close win on Friday, but Oregon fell behind early. Janisa Conway, last week's Big Ten Player of the Week, rockets this one over the scoreboard in right field. Wolverines up 4-2, and that lead would hold until the bottom of the 7th. Ducks now down 1 with the bases loaded. It's a wild pitch. Kaylin Jones comes home. She's safe, and we're all tied up. Next batter, Kedri Lushar at the plate with 2 outs. Winning run on 3rd. Ripped up the middle. Her big sis Kai comes home to score, and Kedri Lushar walks it off in Game 1. Here's Lushar on how she was able to stay composed and deliver in clutch moments.
I think just really trusting the process. That's what we talk about a lot, and just breathing and staying calm, knowing that nobody's going to beat me.
Game 2 of the doubleheader was a different story. Here's Stephanie Maake. She blasts this one deep to left, 3-run homer, and then very next batter, Bracy Rosa, joins in on the fun. Back-to-back home runs for the Ducks in the 4th inning. They put up 7 and close in on their 35th win of the year. Lindsey Grine in the circle for Oregon, hoping for her 19th win of the season, gets the strikeout, and Oregon takes all 3 against Michigan. It was a hard-fought series, but head coach Melissa Lombardi says that's the kind of test this team needs.
What I love is that in order for us to get where we wanted to go, we've got to play series like that and find a way to come out on top. And all 3 games look totally different.
The Ducks baseball team also looked to close out a sweep of Michigan, but had a tough time at PK Park on Sunday. Colby Turner with the bases loaded. A grand slam over the right center field wall. Michigan leads 10-7 as Oregon's struggles in the bullpen continue. But the Ducks wouldn't go down without a fight. Here's Mason Neville. Cranks a no-doubt home run in the bottom of the 9th, brings the Ducks to within 1. But a few batters later, with the winning run at the plate, Chase Meggers grounds into a double play to end it. The Ducks did win the series, but Michigan takes Game 3. Final score 12-11. Oregon head coach Mark Wasikowski on how his players are feeling.
You know, they're happy that they won a series, right? When you win a series, it's good. The objective was to win today for a sweep, and I think that they feel like they left a lot on the table today.
One star of the Ducks series win was a man who's been consistently producing all season. Oregon News sports reporter Brady Ruth tells us more from PK Park.
Despite the ups and downs that Oregon baseball has had this season, one man has remained a positive consistency atop the Ducks lineup. Their center fielder and leadoff man, Mason Neville. The Arkansas transfer is having an incredible 2025 in his junior campaign. Through 30 games this season, he's hitting .324 with 31 RBIs and a team-leading 15 homers. He had 16 taters in all of 2024. A week ago, Neville was named to the mid-season watch list for the Golden Spikes Award, college baseball's most prestigious title. Neville became just the 6th Oregon player to be named to the mid-season watch list and the 1st since 2021. This past weekend against Michigan, Neville was 5 for 10 with 5 RBIs and a trio of long homers. Neville also drew 6 walks in the 3-game series and came around to score 8 times. He's already drawn more walks in 2025 than he did all of last season. I spoke with Oregon designated hitter Dominic Hellman, who's having a breakout season of his own, and he told me that since he's played with Neville since high school, he's always known that his talent and ability is there. Well, now the whole college baseball world is seeing it too. Brady Ruth, Oregon News.
Thanks, Brady. Neville will have the chance to help his case when Oregon heads to Maryland for a 3-game series starting this Friday. Lots of other Duck teams in action this week as women's lacrosse also matched up against Michigan, losing 14-9. The men and women's tennis teams also struggled at home with losses to Nebraska and Washington. Acro and tumbling came close to knocking off the undefeated Baylor Bears, but fell on the road. And the Ducks beach volleyball team was able to sweep the Portland Pilots. And over on the track, one Duck is breaking records in her debut. Diana Churotich, a distance runner from Kenya, finished the 10,000 meters in 31 minutes 45 seconds in her first ever collegiate meet. Her time is the 9th fastest in NCAA history and shattered the program record by more than 20 seconds. That's all for sports here on Oregon News. When we come back, professional bull riders stop by Matthew Knight Arena, and Luca and Sophia tell us about some exciting events this week.
The life of every child is precious beyond measure. If you care for a child with a disability and have limited income and resources, help is available. Children with a physical or mental disability or who are blind may qualify for monthly cash payments through the Supplemental Security Income Program, or SSI. The program provides help to meet basic needs for food, clothing, or a place to live, and disability-related needs. It's money that can make a meaningful difference. If you're the parent or caregiver of a child or teenager you think may be eligible, call Social Security at 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSIkids to learn how to apply today. That's ssa.gov/SSIkids. It's real help for the children. Message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
They say those who can't teach, and they're right. Those who can't ignore a child's burning curiosity about the world. Those who can't allow a single kid to quietly slip through the cracks. Those who can't let children be bullied into feeling like they're worthless. Those who can't allow the great works of literature to collect dust. Those who can't leave history in the past. Those who can't sit idly by when there's a calling to do something that's much more than a job.
More than 150 companies and organizations have added their support for teachers by becoming Teachers Can Partners. Add your voice and show your support at teacherscan.org. Because those who can't give up on the future, teach.
Welcome back to Oregon News on International Beaver Day. Our state animal has a day to shine after sharing the spotlight with some bigger creatures this past weekend.
Eugene welcomed some cowboys as the Professional Bull Riders Tour made a stop here in Eugene.
Hundreds packed into Matthew Knight Arena, excited to see some action. Oregon News reporter Renee Steinhoff shows us more.
Professional bull riding is bringing the heat to Matthew Knight Arena, both literally and figuratively, as riders across the country are competing for the world champion circuit. The arena was transformed into a sea of cowboys and excitement. Fans cheered as scores came, hoping to see these riders hit that 90-point ride. And with just 8 seconds to prove themselves, every moment counts. If a rider is on for these 8 seconds, a judge can then evaluate the bull's performance and a rider's control, balance, and how well they match the bull's performance. During the ride, the rider must keep one hand, called the free arm, in the air and cannot touch the bull or themselves with it. With hard landings and quick recoveries, these riders made this weekend one wild ride. The PBR continues its tour next week in North Dakota. With Oregon News, I'm Renee Steinhoff.
Cannon Beach is celebrating the return of the grand tufted puffins as they settle on Haystack Rock for the upcoming nesting season. The Haystack Rock Awareness Program is partnering with Friends of Haystack Rock to celebrate the puffins' homecoming this Sunday. Equipped with binoculars, interpreters will help visitors spot the orange-billed birds as they nestle into their home for the season. According to the organizers, Cannon Beach is the second largest puffin colony in Oregon. The baby puffins, or pufflings, are typically seen in late June.
The Philadelphia Zoo is celebrating the arrival of 4 new hatchlings from a pair of critically endangered Galapagos tortoises. The birth of the 4 hatchlings is the first in Philadelphia Zoo's 150-year history. The parents, Mommy and Abrazo, are the zoo's 2 oldest residents. At nearly 100 years old, Mommy arrived in the zoo in 1932 and is not only considered one of the most genetically valuable Galapagos tortoises, but is also the oldest first-time mom of her species. The first egg hatched on February 27th, and the zoo's animal care team is monitoring for more that could still hatch. The public debut of Mommy and Abrazo's hatchling will take place on April 23rd, alongside with a naming contest hosted by the zoo.
If you're looking for something to do, you're in luck. Eugene is packed with exciting events and activities this week.
Attention music lovers, on Tuesday, guitarist and composer Muriel Anderson will be performing at Tsunami Books. If dancing is more your speed, head to Cowfish Dance Club on Tuesday night and join DJ Vito for a Latin dance night to kick off your week.
On Thursday, expand your knowledge and learn about national politics with award-winning journalist E.J. Dion Jr. at the Knight Law Center. Whether there's rain or shine, start rolling into the weekend a little early with roller skating fun at the Farmers Market Pavilion on Thursday. The rink is open to skaters of all age, so this can be a family affair.
On Friday night, head to Pegasus Playhouse to watch Nonsense, a show full of songs, dances, and plenty of humor. Saturday, the 47th annual Oregon Knife Show will be taking place in the Lane Event Center. It's actually the biggest knife show in the West. Office fans, show your trivia skills by joining Todd Packer at Office Trivia on Saturday. The Olson Run Comedy Club is offering prizes, meet and greets, and more while participants compete to win. My roommate's actually going to be there with her mom, so I'm excited to hear about it.
For any engaged couples, make wedding planning a little easier and a little more fun by joining Sweet Cheeks Winery for its Mimosas and Matrimony Wedding Showcase on Sunday. They will have around 15 vendors participating in a special brunch showcase, so should be a lot of fun. And if you're a runner or a walker, Richard Wigney Memorial's Run for Autism will be taking place in Alton Baker Park. Proceeds will go to the organization Bridgeway House, which offers services to children with autism.
What are your plans for the weekend, Luca?
That roller skating sounds like a lot of fun. How about you?
I think I'm gonna head to the vet club to do salsa dancing Friday night.
Ooh, yeah,
you
DJ
should come with
Vito.
me. Awesome. Well, from all of us here at Oregon News, it has been a pleasure bringing you this morning's news.
On behalf of our producer, Sarah Nowitzki, and everyone behind the scenes, thank you for tuning in. I'm Luca DeMay.
And I'm Sofia Rodriguez-Vaquero. Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for more Oregon News.